Call the order, the Overy County Solid Waste Authority regular meeting, Tuesday, July 23rd, 2019, 5:30 p.m. The invocation will be by Ms. Pam Creech, and we'll have the pledge of allegiance by Mr. Mike Campbell.
You'll bow your heads. Lord, we come before you today and just tell you how much we do appreciate all of your consideration, your mercy, your love, and everything that you do for us. Thank you for being here with us tonight while we deliberate on the county's business. Help us with that. I'd please like to ask you to help people that are sick and have problems, and we'd also like to ask you to bless Mike Doesn't, one of our employees that's going through an awfully rough time. We thank you very much. Amen.
Amen.
Let's face the flag. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I need to get approval of the agenda, please.
So moved.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second. Any questions? All those in favor, let me know by saying aye. Aye. Ayes have it, and the agenda has been approved. We also need to approve the minutes for June 25th, 2019 for the regular meeting.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second. Are there any questions?
Yeah, I got one on page 11. It says Mr. Schwarzkopf meant that he wanted the SWA to host. I would change that to word suggested. I don't like to use, strong language like I want to, change that word to suggest that we have a meeting. I don't believe in.
I got the impression you were gonna cry.
Oh,
I don't have any problem with the word suggested.
okay.
Anybody got any problem with the word suggested?
Yeah, I don't want.
We thought you were just using your.
I don't want this to seem like I was a dictator sitting down here at the end of the table here.
But I'm glad
It's a
you pointed that out.
suggestion.
We'll make that correction, please, to suggest. Any other changes that we need to make? All those in favor of accepting the motion with that change, let it know me by saying aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, and the motion has been carried.
Mike actually proves that some people actually do read their agenda.
Well, you're just trying to let us know that you had truly read the minutes, or did you really want to suggest it?
Especially the paragraphs that mention your name.
That's good, that's good. Anyway, we had no request for public input, so.
Annual meeting, sir.
Pardon?
Annual
Oh,
meeting
And
minutes.
meeting minutes.
did we not just do the annual meeting?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Bill. We need to do the annual meeting minutes. That was June 25th, 2019 as well.
So move that we'll accept the minutes of the annual meeting.
It's been properly moved in second. Are there any questions? All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Ayes have it, the motion is carried. Okay, thank you. Again, no public input. So we'll move on to department reports, recycling and corporate affairs.
Good evening. My report begins on page 20. We're going to start with an update on the DHEC grants we applied for this fiscal year. Back in May, we applied for $216,120 in DHEC grants. We received notification that we were awarded $104,073.75 in grants. The biggest difference or change in what we requested versus what we were awarded is the waste tire contractor cost. DHEC across the board, across the whole state, only awarded 25% of what a county may have requested. Currently, funding is somewhat depleted due to the Berkeley County cleanup last year. So what they're going to do is every quarter, they're going to reevaluate where the funding is, and then they will allocate more funding to the counties that way. The maximum award this year for contract cost will be about $91,000, which is in the neighborhood of what we asked for. So we'll just keep you abreast of what's going on with that. But overall, other than that, we pretty much were awarded what we requested. So we've already started processing our grant items that we're going to be buying. Our Spotlight on Environmental Awareness program, this is a program that we initiated in March of this year. This is the program where we will recognize 2 to 3 businesses a quarter that are operating, managing, promoting environmental awareness in their practices daily. We have 2 recipients for this quarter. The first is Shine Cafe. Ms. Pam, I think originally mentioned Shine Cafe to me about me and maybe with some of the things, their to-go boxes and things. And then I think I also had a conversation with Mr. Bo about it. If you have not been to Shine Cafe, I would recommend that you do go. And Ms. Leslie, who's the chef owner, if she's there, just tell her you don't mind going on a tour of their entire facility, and she will definitely take the time, if she can, go late, but she'll take the time to take you out. But everything that they're doing there, I'm not gonna go through their entire synopsis that's in your packet. But from the time that you can walk onto the parking lot and see the pervious pavement area to the time when you're inside and seeing that maybe the dishes don't match because they were all repurposed. Everything that they're doing, even to the food, the farm to table food is with this sustainable attitude and always looking at environmental awareness. So she was really excited.
Yes.
And we had a good time. Me and Victoria talked with her and spent a couple hours with her that day. But
And-
excellent recipient.
She also composed. They had built a thing
Yeah.
that
She-
they composed all of their food stuff.
Yeah, they have Gussie is the compost area at the restaurant, and then they have Gertrude at the house. So not only there, but also at home do they practice what they preach.
That's good.
Our other great recipient was B540. B540 is located in Little River. They're a manufacturer of signage. They use a lot of plastics. They do inflatables. Some of everything. They do furnishings, but they do all this with, again, the mindset of environmental awareness. They use Reprieve, which is a recycled fiber in most of the products that they make. We've got in contact, or excuse me, they contacted us. If you see the spools of paper behind Ms. Donna, they had paper they wanted to recycle and wanted to know if we could pick it up and recycle it. Unfortunately, because it's like that, we don't have a system to pick it up. But we did tell them if they brought it to us, we would definitely find a way to recycle it. Instead, she contacted Horry County Schools, and art teachers, drama teachers, are all using that now in their classrooms. So instead of recycling it, it was just repurposed with a greater, that's a better way to handle that. So again, another very excited recipient. We were all excited because both our recipients, this particular quarter, women-owned businesses, which is always lovely for me. Love it.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I think this is absolutely a great program, and unfortunately, in my opinion, it's probably one of the best kept secrets here at the Solid Waste Authority. And I would like to suggest that we make some effort to get the media involved so that they cover it and the people in the county know that, A, what we're doing out here, and it also turns out a way to patronize the businesses. But I think what we're doing here is probably one of the better kept secrets in Horry County, and I think we need to keep
Well,
it from
it's
being
a
a
new
secret.
program.
I know it.
However, anytime we do anything like this, we always send out press release
Yeah.
to the media as a whole. And hopefully they will pick it up. But I'll meet with some stations tomorrow on something else, and I'll try to push it along, and they might go out and actually do a
Having
story.
worked with the media in New York, there's one thing I always found out that they're really big on. Is you invite them for lunch, or if you let them know that if there's drinks there, they probably send about 7 people. They're just, they send 1.
Yeah, I probably did a half. Okay, our quarterly meetings, we did hold our, quarterly meetings with the site attendants on July 16th and 17th. This meeting, besides our standard review of operational practices, customer service, things of that nature, we also, recently developed an operational manual, that we went over, with the center, attendants. In addition, we had annual training for fire extinguisher usage as well as bloodborne pathogens. And we did have Captain Bill Strickland come out from Horry County Fire. He was willing to come both days and do his presentation. So everybody left learning pass. And don't ask me about that, that's all. But meetings were well attended, and hopefully everybody left learning something new and different. Lastly, Cecil, you'll hit it, because this doesn't like me right now. Our Clark Green Hand recipient for the month of June was Meredith Marcel. She's a lovely lady, out of Anger. She was, Kendra got to present this to her this month, and Kendra said she was a hoot, so. It's always good to get to someone who really enjoys what they're doing and the fact that they got award for doing so. The only two other items I want to mention to you is you should have received an invitation for the environmental banquet, which will be next Thursday, August the 1st at 12 noon. If you have not RSVP'd with Cecil, please try to do it before you leave tonight. The other, those who asked to attend Quad State SWANS Conference, August 27th through the 30th, you have been registered, so you're good to go. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you. Finance Administration, please.
Good evening.
Hello.
The financial reports begin on page 29. Just a reminder, as we have, these reports are not going to reflect the actual final figures for the year, because of course, we haven't closed out completely. But I would say probably 95% of our expenses are in, like I said, so these will be close, but we will have some final adjustments, of course. But as you can see in the middle of the page, we exceeded our budgeted figures for our solid waste and mixed construction, and yard waste was just barely away from meeting budget. So I'm very pleased with that as well. As you can see, of course, our recyclable sales did not quite meet budget at 66.99% of budget. Of course, that has to do with the fact that we had budgeted for Charleston material, and also the sale of sales being down drastically, of course. Down at the bottom, as you can see, the C&D processing facility revenue year to date is $460,699.28. And expenses being $636,222.80. With expenses over revenue of $175,523.52. May seem like a lot to you, but really, like I said, this is great for the C&D processing facility. Mike and his staff have done a great job to send more material over there this year. So there, like I said, and of course, if the sales had been up a little bit better, I think this definitely would have been a good break-even year for them. The materials recycling facility with the collection and hauling program, year-to-date revenue of $4,059,387.75, with expenses being $5,130,392.74. As you can see, we don't have any landfill airspace savings this month, and I will report our year-end. Mike normally puts that together for us and provides that for us. Of course, that just so happened to be the time when he wasn't here, but we'll get that updated and get that for you, so that way you'll see how we ended up for the year. Next month, I'll have that for you. Page 31 is our income statement. As you can see, our total revenue exceeded budget at 102.30% of budget, which is great. And looking at our expenses, 90.7% of budget. Again, like I said, it's not complete, but I feel positive that this is not going to be anywhere near what our revenue was. Staff did a tremendous job this year, really holding expenses, only spending what was necessary, cutting wherever possible, and like I said, this definitely reflects that, and I commend them greatly for their help this year to do such a great job with watching the budget. As you can see, the current month, we had revenue over expenses of $201,212.09, and year-to-date, revenue over expenses of $3,176,406.61. So they did a great job. I just want to take a look over on page 39, which is the C&D processing facility. They ended up for the year receiving 16,540.94 tons. Last year, it was 12,866.75 tons that they processed over there. So like I said, as I mentioned, Mike and them have done a great job. As you can see, they sent almost an additional 4,000 tons over that facility this year. Like I said, about a 29% increase over last year. So like I said, they've done a great job sending more material over there. As I mentioned, like I said, there are budget books at the end of the table. For anybody that's, wants to take a budget book, it's got a little more information in it than the draft, but the numbers are the same. One other thing I just want to mention, of course, we have gone to our Green Employee Program now, where we're not doing the paycheck stubs anymore. Now, that, of course, is just for your meetings that you get paid for. Any of your mileage, you will still receive a paper check for, because that does go through our accounts payable. So if you have any problems being able to log on to that or setting that account up, you're more than welcome to give us a call, come and see us. If you don't have access to a laptop, smartphone, or anything, we do have a computer set up here in the office for employees or anybody to come in and use to print out check stubs or to go online and look at their check stub if they need to. But I'm available, Ms. Powell's available if you need any help setting that up. So staff is, again, everybody's been great about it. Like I said, we've gotten no negative comments, so that's good so far. Like I said, it seems to be working quite well. We like the fact that we're able to save the paper, not having to print check stubs anymore. So, like I said, worked out quite well. Any questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, operations?
Good afternoon.
Hello.
First of all, I just want to take a minute and let you know how much I appreciate being able to step up and try to take over some of my responsibilities while he's out recovering and recuperating, and let you know how much I appreciate everyone in staff's help with keeping up with some of these projects, because we have so many things going on, like Wayne and Richie, Esther and Jan, and so many others that had a part in, conversating with me during the day, got this going on or that going on. So I just want everybody to know how much I really appreciate their support and being there so we can pull all this together and make sure everything's taken care of.
Thank you for stepping in and doing that,
Thank you.
and the rest of the crew. I know Danny talked about communications. Look like you guys are doing a good job in keeping that together. So that's good.
So thank you.
Showed Mike did a good job in getting you guys prepared for something.
I appreciate it. Our report will start on page 43. And we've got, for our landfill update, we've got a video that's gonna show our yard waste area. And this is actually just a view of our solid waste hill, so you can see where the yard waste area is in relation to where our solid waste is. But you see those rows, that's for our compost rows. We have 6 in total. Half are dedicated to category 1, half are dedicated to category 2, which is our food waste, our enhanced compost. A trommel screen there that we screen our finished product with, and you can see the concrete bunker where the food waste is emptied, and then we process it, mix it to a 3-to-1 ratio, and then build our windrow beds and place it on, and then encapsulate it with an additional 6 to 8 inches. And we have our wood waste area where we have our ground yard waste that we comprise our category 1 rows with for compost production, and we use also on the hill. And then we have our clean wood there in the middle, which is ground for boiler fuel. And then on the end where the track home is, that's the larger area, or larger debris, which is like land clearing, large stumps, roots, and things of that nature, which we grind and we can use to make mulch. And that's what he's grinding there.
Look at that resolution. It's incredible, isn't it?
It really is.
I think it's really incredible is there aren't any seagulls out there.
Or plastic bags.
No, I didn't see any of those either.
Videographer did a great, good tiger did a great job there.
Yeah, it's really clear. It takes very good photos and videos.
Our projection equipment too is really been, it's beneficial now to see better pictures.
Any question on this area?
That's good.
You know what it is? It's not broken, I'll fix it, keep on going.
You're using the drone to catch all this, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Chris Calhoun is our drone expert, so he goes out and flies and gets these videos for us, so we can bring it in.
It does a good job, yeah.
The next thing on the list is, starts on 45, it's our C&D recycling from our facility here on site. Received an incoming tonnage of 963.17 tons for the month of June 2019, compared to 1,182.3 tons in June of 2018. The reject tons in June of 2019 were 332.29 compared to 391.1 in June of 2018. The recycled tons were 1,231.16 in June 2019. So like Jan said, they've done an excellent job of getting more material over so they can recycle more for that processor. On page 46 starts some MRF information, MRF updates. And this report has information on processable recyclables, which is the net amount after deducting rejects. So July 2019 was 4,721.86, which represents a 30% increase over July 2018 tonnage, which was 3,632. The reject amounts at the MRF this month increased because of all the rain that we've had. Material was wet. So unfortunately, when it gets wet, we can't process it as we would normally. And if you'll turn your attention to the screen, we've got an update on the scale house plaza upgrade. And in this photo, it's showing our existing scale house, where they removed the scales themselves, so it shows the concrete support up under it. And they came in and began to tear that up, and get it all smoothed out. So what they started doing is backfilling it with a base and then laying a geogrid on it and packing it in and checking the compaction, getting it ready for the new concrete for the scales to be set on. And this was the point that it was up to when we got ready, all of our information together for the board report. So, but they've done a good job. It's really neat. They've been careful with everything. So we're hoping to see a lot more progress between now and next month's meeting. Hopefully a lot of new stuff on the actual scale house itself when they get started on that. And this is a picture that shows our temporary scale house with the scales that have been relocated so that we can be in full operation while they're doing the renovations to the existing scale house. And this was open for full service use on the 17th of July or 15th of July. So, and it's been working well.
That's the portable scales, right?
Yes, sir. Any questions on this?
Now, we own that portable scale, right?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, we didn't rent it, I mean, they didn't, yeah.
Right.
We paid for it. We bought it.
You sent a check.
Somebody sent a check. I didn't, but.
Unless the check was bad.
The backfill, are we using any of the materials that we have, or do we have to purchase those materials? You gotta purchase them? Okay.
The last thing I have for this is our driver of the month, which is Mr. Derek Chestnut. He drives for Unlimited Sanitation. He's been driving for 5 years, married with 3 children, and he enjoys riding motorcycles. So congratulations to him on being chosen. Any questions?
Thank you. Did a good job. Thanks. Mr. Knight?
I really didn't have anything. I just want to thank Stephanie and Frank for stepping up and keeping things going and pulling the reports together and everything. It's been a group effort on everybody's part. Give you an update. Mike goes Wednesday to check up, and then the following Wednesday he's wishful thinking that maybe they'll turn him loose a little bit. I can tell he's getting a little bit antsy about being shut up in the house, cabin fever, I might say, but he's coming along good. He's had a tough 2 weeks, but he's getting better. He's getting more like his old self.
Is that a good thing?
A little bit on the grumpy side, but that's Mike. Like to report too that we've been going to the art museum for the Wednesday workshops, and I think they have been, I've enjoyed each one of them. Mr. Ives was on a committee 2 weeks ago, and they've all been good. And we've got a lot of good comments about the Solid Waste Authority and even the composting and how we recycle and the tours and everything, so.
It's been very valuable that you've been there, Danny, and the presentations you've made have been enlightening to the group. I think a lot of them are curious about the Solid Waste Authority, and I think a lot more are going to be willing to take that visit that we've been
And we've had some
asking people to
visit
take the tour.
based on the invitations that we
Great.
put forward to them, and at times I felt like I was talking a little bit too much, and
Oh, no.
but everybody seems to enjoy it. But we'll be there tomorrow for the 1 hour, 2 o'clock. So that's it. I just thank everybody for the job they're doing.
Okay, well, Danny was, I went to the first one, and Danny was the, well, I guess he became the premier speaker at that one. But I think it was good because most of the people there did really not understand what the Solid Waste Authority did. He did a great job in explaining what we do and giving invitations, and a lot of people, I assume, followed up because they wanted to come out and look. But just looking at the aerial photos, this landfill is in great shape. I go to Florida a lot and I pass a lot. They got a lot of landfills in Florida. A lot of them. I pass a lot of them on 95. Some of them I take time to go and look at. And I have not yet seen a landfill that is as clean as what we do out here. So
Georgetown County says that we'd like to do tours too, but call us 5 days in advance.
Yeah.
So we can prepare for
Oh,
it.
yeah, they gotta go and move everything, but I mean, we're Johnny on the spot because, what's it called, the purple truck, the purple hat or the purple people?
I call it the purple truck.
The purple truck, it shows up, that's DHEC, that just shows up. And so far, everything has been pretty much in place, so my hat goes off to these guys, they're doing a great job and making sure that everything goes good. But Danny gave a good presentation there, and those things have been really good, so, anyway.
And I'll have to speak to the operators on the landfill, and Wayne can tell you, they know when that truck hits the landfill, and they will call Wayne or Mike or someone to want to know how the inspection went. They've got that much interest in doing it, and I'm thinking of some things we can do for them, maybe a cookout or something one day at lunch after the inspection to keep the inspections going or something like that. But they're really concerned and want to get good inspection from the lowest operator to the top, so.
That's good. Good to have that type of employees.
Okay, we don't have any, committee reports, any old business, anybody got any old business that need to rehash?
Not really old business, but I just would like to say that different things have been coming out over the internet. They're inventing plastic bags out of prickly pear cactus that in the water will actually dissolve in 2 weeks, which are things with recycling and diversions and working with Columbia that we need to start looking and reading. Also, one of the things that may be of interest to the people in our recycling is that they're now figuring out how to build roads by non-recyclable plastic bottles. So some of those things in our recycling meeting and diversion meetings, I think I'm gonna pull out, and maybe we should discuss these, see where they're doing it, and start participating in some of that information.
Today I was at the store and Les Graham works there from the hangar area, and he has been on a 2 weeks tour with his church to Africa. And matter of fact, they went to the community where John Long is doing, and I was talking to him today, and he said, I'm gonna show you a bag they use in Africa. And it was a heavier plastic bag. He said, you can't have a plastic bag in Africa. He said they're against the law, and I had some in my suitcase, and they went there, said, you can't have that. There's a fine if you got that. He said, Africa's ahead of us on plastic bags.
Man, that's something.
I said, well, that's good.
We ought to be ashamed.
Well, I think
should.
we're kind of catching up. I read an article when I was in Florida, Fort Lauderdale has passed a ban on single-use plastics.
Yep.
That goes into effect on 2020. So people around the states are coming. And I don't know if Broward County did it, but I'm sure that they will probably follow suit because Fort Lauderdale takes a lot of that. Most of that covers that area.
And
So-
already has.
But so it is coming. Things are moving in the right directions, looks like.
And we've got to actually watch that ban on the bans to keep the legislators from banning local government
From doing
it.
that exactly same thing. So,
That's on our radar, so we'll keep up.
okay. All right, new business. We had, sale of some surplus equipment.
We have a piece of equipment, it's a number 269, it's a 2015 Cat skid steer that we're requesting your approval to surplus the unit on govdeals.com based on the condition of the unit. And we recommend posting this unit for sale as is with your approval and take steps to sell it immediately. And if you have questions on that unit itself, we should be glad to answer those on the condition of the unit.
I make a recommendation that the staff go ahead and sell it.
Second.
Been properly moved in second. Any other questions? All those in favor? Motion to carry. Thank you. Next thing on the agenda is committee assignments. And, I took the liberty of making some committee assignments and it's very simple. Didn't take long at all. I put Pam on all of them.
You're so kind.
Why waste the time? Pam loves to do this. Just give it to her, you know? Anyway, what I did, I'm gonna pass out, what I did
You
though.
put me as the only person on the committee, that'll work.
Yeah, one of them, you are the only person. That's down here with special projects. What I did though, I'm gonna pass these out, if you don't mind passing these around, Danny. I left the committees the way they were from last year. Everybody seemed to have, enjoyed the work, but you can look at it, if you're not where you wanna be and you have a dying desire to be on some other committee, we can, let me know and then we can reconvene or redo the committees, but most of them are left where you were. I think Pam, jokingly, but I was joking, but I think Pam probably is on more committees than most. But somebody has to be on 3. Most everybody else is on 2. I think Pam's is on 3, but somebody has to be on 3 based on the way it is. So, I think we have the ones that, people were okay with last time. If you want to change anything, I know some people had some preferences and we tried to do that last time. So, if you need to change, then write it in and we can work it out and go from there. If you're all right with that, then we'll leave those committees intact as is.
I'm happy with my selections and, at the last meeting, you mentioned something about being the
That's right.
recycling chairman, and I've already been working on that process, and I was at this
I
this
told
meeting.
you, I came back and I said, well, I couldn't very well make that assignment because I hadn't done the committees. I recanted that. And then I said, well, you may get a chance to do it anyway. So now I'm making good on that, so, you can still, and I'm glad you went ahead and started working on it. Now you're in front, so
He's
that's
honored
good.
all his campaign promises.
That's
You're
right.
it.
Yeah, I got it.
So you got it.
By the way, I think that there's a big campaign right now on TV where Solid Waste Authority is talking about what they want to get done by, 40% by 2020. Well, I want you to know that by 2040, I mean, I'm not going to be here in 2040, but 2040 objective is that the landfill will probably become obsolete.
Yeah, okay.
By that time, I'm gonna have everybody recycling just about everything, I mean,
Man.
and I've
I'm
said.
glad I left you there.
Really?
That would be great.
And believe it or not, well, I'm setting the precedent. Right now in my household, I limit myself to 1 plastic bag of unrecyclable trash a month. Everything else in my household gets recycled. I did away with paper towels. I use, washable things. I did away with paper napkins because I use, linen napkins, and the list goes on. And one of the things that I'd like to do with, starting next year, whatever else, is get the media involved and where we maybe have a daily or a weekly recycling hint. In other words, doing away with plastic sandwich bags and using like Tupperware containers to take your lunch. Having a daily thing on the 12 o'clock noon news, or this thing on Channel 15 that Cecil does. Get on there and have him do something every day, or 5 tips for the week. So it's basically boiled down to re-educating the citizens, or retraining the
Well,
citizens.
I think that's great, because I think people don't realize, I know we used to use the little Ziploc things,
Yes,
the little bags, and I guess by accident, we found out that those things leak.
Yeah.
So it's better. So now we get the little plastic trays, glass trays, or whatever it is.
That's
so you
right,
can-
yes,
And in fact, you can get more in it, and it's a lot better, so.
Yeah, so-
But yeah, that's a good idea, but they do. So,
Yeah.
so some public advertisement, or get the media to show some of that stuff. I think people just don't realize that there are several ways that you can get the same thing without using the single-use plastic. But people have gotten so used to it. It's a mindset.
It is, that's right.
It's a whole mindset.
That's
We
what
have to
my-
try to
one of
change
the
that.
things is, the outline that I've got is talking about educating.
But
the
I
citizen,
think too,
retraining.
the wave is there. So now, if we catch the wave, it's like surfing. I'm not a surfer, but I know they catch the right wave. So if we catch the wave, we may be able to ride it. I know, because a lot of people, I think, Sam, you sent out something about something happening in Greenville, right? With the single waste, yeah, so it's.
They can ban some.
Yeah, they're banned, so it's catching fire, so that's good.
Well, we bid, don't we, every year with the schools, with each radio stations, don't we put forth a bid and tell them what we
Talking
want?
track.
Talking trash.
Yeah.
And maybe we need to have a recycling meeting with Esther and find out where those monies are spent and do some of the stuff you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've seen more recycling bins at stores and stuff. Now, people are beginning to put more of those out, they could put a little more color.
Yes,
Maybe that's something we could talk about, so it really stands out. They usually base it the same color, so if people have to think about it, they're just gonna throw it all in one spot. But if it shows up, it may be a good idea. All right, good. So everybody's happy with the committee assignments?
I'm gonna leave it.
All right, so good. Well, since you're.
I already got, I've got the outline done, Bo. The thing is, I'm a quarterback, I pass the ball off.
I'm glad you're here. That's why I sent you 2 copies, so that if you lose one, you have another one. You'll know where you are. Okay, all right, then, we can move on, right? Good. The only other thing we have, and that goes back to Carl, because he's been asking since January, is the August board meeting date. It conflicts with the Asheville trip. And so he needs to know if we can change the date. Yes, we can change the date if we agree on that, if we're going. And Esther was supposed to give me some dates, but I don't see, are they here somewhere?
It's 20th, yes, I thought, on page 70, on page 70, the second paragraph.
Okay, here you go. I'm looking right at it. We can do August 20th.
That's okay with everyone.
Is that okay, if that's okay with everybody?
Yes,
Fine.
All right, so we'll move the August, board meeting to, the August 20th.
Yeah, okay.
That way, because we'll be leaving on the 26th, I believe, and the board meeting would have been on the 27th. So,
I haven't seen the list. How many is going to Ashland? Who's not? Who's not?
I think, that's most everybody's going north. Fleet is still deciding whether he's going or not. Sam, you're not going, right? Sam's not going.
Everybody else is going.
I think everybody else is going.
I only got one question. You're gonna drive your new car, Pam, or are you gonna ride with Danny?
Riding with Danny.
Okay.
Oh, we ought
My
to
new car
test,
has to stay at home.
we need to test that new automobile out on a road trip.
Not really.
Give it a road trip.
You just want to drive my car.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I didn't put a round table discussion on here this time, so I think we're at the end. We don't need an executive session for anything, so, if everybody is good, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
So move.
We have been adjourned.